Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Welcome to another exciting edition of EP Live. Thank you all so much for joining us today. This rundown is going out to Bear Time. It says, you are the king of video game world. Love everything you do. Thank you so much, Bear Time. This rundown is all yours. It looks like wizards all over the world are going to get a new AAA Harry Potter game. No, we can't show you the leaked footage. Earlier today, Reddit users posted what appears to be footage from an unannounced Harry Potter RPG, and needless to say, fans are very excited. No official details are known, but judging by the leaked footage, which again, we're not allowed to show, it appears that it will be a third-person game where players take the role of a Hogwarts student in the 19th century with loads of exploration and magical abilities. No word yet on a release window, but expect more details soon. Warner Bros. Entertainment Interactive has previously stated that they want to make more Harry Potter games and are currently working on a location-based augmented reality game called Harry Potter Wizards Unite from Pokemon Go developer Niantic. This is great. I think the Harry Potter universe is pretty enormous and fun to kind of mine, and I think we've got lots and lots of different ways to approach this. I guess they're maybe kind of going for more of a Fantastic Beasts kind of vibe, but they're sort of blending the universe. The new Fantastic Beasts sequel that's coming up pretty soon looks very much like a Harry Potter movie. It doesn't look like it's standing apart so much like the previous Fantastic Beasts. I'm looking forward to the movie, and I'm looking forward to playing this RPG, and hopefully Warner Brothers has got a cool announcement and at New York Comic Con, maybe. Who knows? I'm headed there tomorrow, by the way. I've got a panel that I'm hosting for Warner Brothers. It's for the Lego Supervillains game, the DC Supervillains game that's coming up pretty soon. That's going to be fun. Anyways, it's official. Google is getting into the game streaming business. Google has announced a new initiative called Project Stream, which launches this Friday with the release of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Similar to other game streaming services like PlayStation Now, Project Stream will allow users to play games on a computer with all the number crunching done in the cloud from an external Google server. That means you don't have to have a powerful machine in order to run powerful games, and you'll be able to play them right from the Chrome web browser without installing anything locally. Google has long been rumored to be working on their own streaming console, so Project Stream is likely just the first step toward that goal. This is going to get serious now, guys. I mean, Google, their whole business is the cloud and the internet and being out in that space, unlike PlayStation, which has controllers to sell you and consoles to sell you and physical goods to deal with. Google has a little bit of that, but for the most part, they're all about selling you data and access to data and tying a lot of their experience to advertising, and they've got a lot of opportunity here to make something that really shakes up the marketplace. They didn't hire Phil Harrison as on a whim. They've got some big plans, and this is a huge game to start things off with. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's pretty damn cool. You're going to be able to play that inside of a Chrome browser. Incredible. What a world we live in. All right, in more streaming news, it's just got a whole lot easier for DC fans to watch the new series Titans. Netflix has inked a deal to get the exclusive rights to the new show outside of the US. That means Netflix subscribers in Canada, Europe, and pretty much everywhere else will be able to stream new episodes the same day they premiere in the US, where the show will be available exclusively on the new streaming service DC Universe. Since the new streaming service isn't getting an international rollout just yet, it makes sense that DC and Warner Brothers would want to cash in with other partners in different markets. They have hinted that DC Universe will find its way to Canada eventually, but there's no telling how long that will take. Titans premieres October 12th, and I can't wait to watch it. I don't know if they're going to do all the episodes all at once, though. I guess that's my next question, but I'm very excited to see the Marv Wolf and George Perez Teen Titans up on a screen like that. I can't wait to binge watch this whole thing, and I hope it's fantastic. My fingers are crossed. Wasn't crazy about that Batman thing, but you know what? Robin's always had a bit of an attitude. I can't wait to see this. I hope it's great. And even more streaming news. It's going to be streaming all the time around here. Netflix is getting more interactive. The next season of Black Mirror will feature a special episode where viewers can choose from several different endings. It's unclear how diverse these endings will be or how many unique branching story options there will be along the way. Netflix has already implemented this choose-your-own-adventure style approach in children's programming like Puss in Book, so Black Mirror will be the first adult-oriented show to have it. It means they could create more interactive content down the road. The new season of Black Mirror arrives this December, and I can't wait for that either. You guys all watch Black Mirror, right? What an incredible show this is. And of course, this is an awesome show to kick off, some kind of twisted choose-your-own-adventure storytelling. I'm telling you, man, if Netflix sees this opportunity to dive into video game streaming and go head-to-head with, Google and presumably Facebook and Amazon, it's going to get very, very interesting out there. The idea of ownership with game content is about to be challenged in some pretty magnificent and severe ways, which is going to shake us all up and make it super weird. And don't worry, we'll always be able to buy video games and own them as physical releases. But I think what this means is what it's meant for television content and what it's meant for video content is that there is just the opportunity to reach a lot more people, and we can all get excited about that, because if developers are reaching more people and making maybe a little bit less money per person but a lot more in sort of total revenue because more people are engaged, I think that's going to be great. It's made a success of Black Mirror, quite frankly, that relationship that I think it was BBC, or it's either BBC or Channel 4, I'm not sure, but they had a relationship with Netflix, and then a lot of the costs were offset by Netflix because people love to binge these episodes. It's an incredible series. It's an anthology thing. You can jump in on any episode and be caught up right away. You don't have to watch from the beginning, so you don't have to binge in order, which is pretty rad, and you can go back to some of your favorite episodes. And there's rumors that some of the episodes from Black Mirror are actually going to be converted into their own movies because the ideas are so prescient and challenging and incredible. And this sounds like that's par for the course right now. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown. It's time for This Day in Everything Cool. Welcome to This Day in Everything Cool for October 2nd. This castle is a creature of chaos. On this day in 1997, one of the most beloved game franchises of all time explored new territory. Castlevania Symphony of the Night was released on the PlayStation 1 in North America, following its release in Japan earlier that year. It was the first game in the series released on the PlayStation, and although it used the same 2D side-scrolling format as the previous games, the developers put the extra power of the console to good use in other ways. They used the extra hardware to implement non-linear level design, with players able to explore and backtrack through different areas. And to make things even more interesting, the layout of the levels themselves would change over time, with the castle being a, creature of chaos. Symphony of the Night became a huge hit both critically and commercially, putting the Castlevania franchise back on top. The non-linear level design was especially popular and led to obvious comparisons with the Metroid franchise, which eventually led to the term Metroidvania. The success of Castlevania Symphony of the Night also demonstrated that 2D games could still be popular even as games were moving into the 3D era. A direct sequel, Castlevania Rondo of Blood, followed 4 years later. All right, you guys, it's fantastic to see a little Castlevania Symphony of the Night in here. It's also terrific to see Tyler Fisher and Powder Keg and Jordan Cunningham and Abby Jameson and Kevin Wiley and Sam I Am 111, Paul Adamson. Fantastic to have everybody here today. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. We've got a review to jump into right now, and it's a massive game. It's another in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It's called Odyssey, and it keeps screwing me up because the last one was Origins, and I keep getting those O names all mixed up, and it feels like we just put down Origins and then dived right into ancient Greece with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a great name for the game, obviously sort of lifting on the whole, the Odyssey fable, of course, the famous literary work, and you actually do go on an epic odyssey when you're playing this game because it's absolutely enormous. You not only are hopping around in where you think you would go, like Athens and a few sort of areas around there, but you're popping onto Greek islands all over the place. The map is enormous, and sailing is a very big component of the game because you've got a lot of islands to explore. But one of the things that I've discovered while playing this game, and I've put about 16 and a half hours into this thing, and so I haven't beat it, I haven't accomplished every single side mission that you possibly can, but I've got a really good taste of how I feel about this game, and I'm just at that point where some of the missions are getting super difficult or tedious, or I'm starting to get that loop. But there is so much variety in the gameplay, as we all know from every Assassin's Creed game, and this this game also benefits from a couple of things. One of them is the location allows for lots of variety in the topography. So you've got snow up on the mountains, you've got beautiful, clear blue water. You go diving under and you start, battling with sharks to get sunken treasure. A lot of the, learnings that really started to come together with Black Flag are really smooth and beautifully represented in this game. Then you're also going through forests and jumping off of waterfalls, and the sun is cascading through the trees, and you've got God rays all around you, and all of a sudden the heavens will erupt, and there'll be beautiful rainstorms. You'll pass these epic statues. Some of them are still being constructed, some of them are in ruins, some of them are beautifully painted, and everywhere you look you just want to take photographs. And I thought Origins was a sumptuous treat visually, but this is a whole other level, mostly because the world that you get to explore is just incredible. And I really have been in awe and taking hundreds of photos as I've been cruising around. And I've been really enjoying the experience because it does feel like a much more finely tuned role-playing experience than any previous Assassin's Creed game before, including Origins, which I thought was leaning heavily in that direction to begin with, but this really just says, nope, we're an RPG. The problem that Assassin's Creed Odyssey has, of course, is the legacy of Assassin's Creed. You know the tropes, you know what to expect, you know that you're going to Forrest Gump, connect with some famous person from ancient history or somebody that you've read in a history book at some point, and yes, that does occur. You're going to get a lot of, Greek literature kind of thrown at you, and a lot of historically significant locations that are going to pop on screen, and you're going to figure it out. And of course, you're also going to, pop out of the Animus and have some gameplay sequences that are really disposable. And that's a major problem in 2018 after, I think, 55 Assassin's Creed games at this point. Like, it really feels like Ubisoft, if they're going to continue to throw us into these, future tense kind of sequences or present tense kind of sequences, that they should feel like they have real weight and circumstance and like they should matter a lot more than they do. And all they do is kind of interrupt the beauty of jumping into the gameplay. Now, one of the things that they added are these huge epic battle sequences where you can join up with the Spartans and the Athenians, and you kind of play. You play a mercenary, so you can play the field and go back and forth and level up how you want to. Sort of pit allegiances against each other. There's obviously lots of stealth missions and leaders to kill and bounties to collect. You will also be the subject of bounty hunters who will, follow you across hill and dale to try to wipe you out, and that's kind of fun, kind of freaky. It took me a little while to figure out, because they're always, once they start coming after you, they're pretty highly leveled or leveled over you. But of course, you start to pick up better weaponry and RPG style yourself to being more of a badass. So you can take these guys on if you want to, but you can also pay off the bounty, and you can have the bounties stop coming after you. There's lots of forts to go and invade, and then take out all of the different soldiers and loot the treasures and burn up some of the war supplies and let some of the animals loose from their cages so that they can go and hunt down some of the soldiers for you, kind of like in Far Cry. There's lots of that kind of stuff. You'll meet bandit camps. You'll meet people that are sort of a little bit more forest dwellers. You'll fight, ferocious boars and ferocious bears. And if all of this stuff sounds fun to you, I can assure you that it really is. But like every Assassin's Creed game, this one kind of starts to overstay its welcome. And the thing that I really clued into is that this is one of the worst franchises for game reviewers to consume the way that they do, because this is really one of those games where there is a lot of repetition, there's a lot of recycling of concepts and core fundamental ideas that are great, not just because in the game that's happening, but also because of how many Assassin's Creed games there are. So when you approach an Assassin's Creed game, if you're not doing this for your job, if someone's not saying, look, we need you to get through this and you get a review out there, or we need you to stream all of this 8 hours a day or whatever. If you're just doing this for fun, don't just swallow it all up in a weekend. I think it comes out this week. So take your time and appreciate the beauty and get off the horse and walk around. And one of the ways that they're kind of trying to make this game a little bit more of a special experience is they encourage you, and they say this right out of the gate, that Assassin's Creed Odyssey is meant to be played from an exploratory kind of perspective. It's not meant to be just complete objective, and tick off all the boxes. Because, of course, a lot of those things, you can go in and wipe out a fort or whatever. They will auto-repopulate again. And so if you cruise through that fort again, you've got to wipe everybody out. If you choose to, you can bypass all of that stuff. So there is that sense of like you're affecting the world for a moment, but then that challenge will reappear for you if you want to play the game, which, taken as a whole, it just becomes a little bit exhausting. And I'm at that precipice of it like, oh, okay, this is starting to get like, I need a break, like this is starting to become a job. And I think a big reason is because we've had so many Assassin's Creed games that we can go, oh yeah. And Ubisoft, I've said this many times before, they really need to double down on their idea to take a break. They really need to just say, we're going to chill for a bit. And they've said that for 2019, but the next one, and I think they were quite effective with this with Origins. I think they got us hyped up again. And I think this game, there's a lot of confusion as to why it's coming out so quickly, and I think all of that is warranted. However, it's one of the best Assassin's Creed games I've played. It's up there with Black Flag. I think I like it more than Origins just because of the diversity and that it's a more fun RPG. It's up there with Assassin's Creed 2. It's an incredible game, and it really is. But what sort of dings it are all the familiar things. Like, that eventually you're going to see stuff that you've done before. You're going to play stuff that you've played before. They have done things like the sync points aren't all like scattered within an area. They've really kind of spread them out across this vast map. And it's really just to get your bird to level up so that it can see a little bit more detail when it's doing the reconnaissance stuff for you, when it's flying around. And so consequently, it's not like you're just racing to that objective and racing to, even if you're playing the objectives sort of style of Assassin's Creed, you still have a lot of free-form experimentation. There's this emergent type of experience that happens from the conversations that you're going to have with the NPCs, from the message boards that you're going to go lock onto. There's ship battles. There's sort of a meta game going on between the invading forces between Athenia and Sparta, or Athens and Sparta. And so, and you can get into those battles and play on either side and try to, resist the forces or be on the forces. You've also got the meta game of all of these mercenaries coming out after you, and then you've got this other meta game that's tied to the lore of Assassin's Creed, which is about the people that came before, and all of that stuff kind of ties in a little more elegantly than it has in the past, where it was just sandwiched in and it was all playing with our curiosity and the mystery surrounding Assassin's Creed. Now that there's been so many games and the lore is so mishmashy confusing, the developers are starting to kind of push a lot of that stuff away and slide it in. It's almost like they've rebooted the franchise, or it's like a soft reboot. And, presumably we'll get more in this vein. There's rumors that the next one will be like an ancient Japanese game, which would be great, but I just hope it comes out a little bit later. Give us 2 years or 3 years. Make us really appreciate it. And I think Ubi, if you're listening, keep turning the screws and keep changing this and keep making it more of a reinvention. I think Breath of the Wild is the game that I keep pointing to. It was a game that was so familiar but unfamiliar to all of us Zelda diehards out there. It really kind of shook up all of what we know about the Legend of Zelda franchise, and that was a wonderful accomplishment and something that was incredibly unpredictable from Nintendo. And I think that's what we need from Ubisoft. They're on that trail for sure, but I think they could go further with it and really shock us and surprise us. I don't know, maybe release a game and it doesn't even have the Assassin's Creed brand on it, and then you're sort of into it and you realize, oh my God, this is an Assassin's Creed game. I don't know what they got to do. Am I loving Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Yes. Am I ready to play something else and then come back to this so I can get a little breath from all of my ancient Greece exploration? Yeah, I would say that. Do I think it's worth picking up if you're an Assassin's Creed fan? 100%. Do I like it better than Origins? I do, so far. I think this is great. I love playing as Cassandra as well. This is the first one where you have a definitive choice from the beginning of the game, whether you're playing a male or female protagonist. And the interplay and the dialogue and the acting, there's been a couple of... I encountered one character who I'm not going to talk about right now who was a little too over the top and gruff and macho voiced. But for the most part, I've been really impressed with the production, the presentation, the visuals, the environment, and the things to do. It's a gorgeous game. I'm going to give Assassin's Creed Odyssey an 8.5 out of 10. All right. I'm still live, aren't I? Let's go to our buried treasure. Hey, I'm going to dedicate this buried treasure to Emac, who's been a longtime supporter of our channel. Had a great suggestion with Ape Escape, which first came out in 1999. And this was a game that was really meant to kind of showcase the DualShock analog controller that Sony put out for the PlayStation. And what you did is you chased monkeys around, and you tried to catch them in nets, and you tried to row your little rowboats, and you had all kinds of different paddles and radar dishes and things like that. And they were hidden everywhere. And, you know, monkeys, they just go everywhere, and they're very hard to catch up with. But it was super funny and charming and colorful, and one absolutely could argue that Ape Escape has been a hit because they've made so many of them, and the Ape Escape monkeys have appeared in other things like the PlayStation All-Stars game. But I think this is a series that really flies under the radar, and the thing that's great about the Ape Escape games, you can start right at the beginning for sure, and the first one was great, but I don't think any one that you jump into is a bad game. They've all been really fun, and they've all been very unique, and they've all had a PlayStation charm about them, you know, a unique to PlayStation charm. And that's why I think absolutely you owe it to yourself to at least try one of the Ape Escape games. You're going to have a good time. Ape Escape is an absolute buried treasure. Oh, I love Ape Escape. What an incredible franchise. Sony, you should bring some new Ape Escape games out for the PlayStation 4, right? Am I right? Yes, everybody's nodding at home. I agree with all of you guys. I had a real reviews on the run moment right there where I was just like, what? Oh, but yes, we're still going. I gave my score and I was like, that's going to be an okay cut. And no, we're live. Oh, yes. Sometimes I forget. We make a lot of content around here. Speaking of which, we have an actual shot out in the field reviews on the run for you right now. It's for a new movie that's coming out this week. It's called Bad Times at El Royale. If you look at a lot of Drew Goddard's work, you notice that there's a big theme running through a lot of his stuff, and it's the not everything is as it seems kind of perspective, especially if you look at a movie like Cabin in the Woods. He's back with a brand new one. It's called Bad Times at the El Royale. It stars Chris Hemsworth. John Hamm is in here, but most importantly, I think, for this movie is Jeff Bridges, who has a phenomenal role, who plays a priest who is not really a priest, which you can kind of figure that out right away.
I'm not really a priest.
Yeah. No shit.
It's a pulpy, noir, kind of mystery thriller. There's definitely a comedic streak all the way through this, just like there was a big comedic streak through Cabin in the Woods, even though it was filled with lots of horror-filled moments as well.
Howdy.
Chris Hemsworth portrays a guy that he's kind of sinister. He's kind of like a cult figurehead. The whole movie takes place in the 1960s, where people are starting to kind of appreciate their freedoms, and he kind of takes advantage and preys on the innocents out there that are impressionable. John Hamm gets to ham it up a little bit, actually, in this movie, which was kind of fun and refreshing to see. He puts on this fake kind of overdone Biloxi sort of Southern gentleman type accent, and he's reveling in it, and he's having a good time with it.
The El Royale, no place for a priest.
We've also got a bunch of other characters that are sort of interwoven in a strange way through coming to this duplicitous hotel, which seems very innocent and charming, a little kitschy on the surface, but things are not always as they seem. And we start to see that there's a kind of a sinister kind of vibe to this hotel, which sits right on the border between Nevada and California. We start to unravel who these characters are and why they found themselves in such desperate situations at this kitschy hotel. It's really tough to talk about this movie. I'm trying not to reveal any of the surprises because there are literally dozens of cool surprises all the way through this. One of them had the whole theater gasping. And you know that's effective filmmaking because it really came out of nowhere, but it fits the story, and it was such an impactful and perfect moment. The whole theater gasped, and I can't remember too many times. I've reviewed a million movies. You guys know this. I can't remember too many times where I've heard, an audible all the way across the theater. So good on you, Drew Goddard. I love the way this movie looks. Clearly, there is, an homage to the pulpy noir stuff of the 30s and 40s. It starts off in the 50s, and then we flash forward into the 60s. So we've got a little bit of a Motown sound, and we've got a soul music kind of streak all the way through this. One of the characters is a fantastic singer, and she's actually rehearsing in her room, and all of that stuff was really effective. But the movie looks great. I mean, colors pop. There's definitely this saturated quality that, I don't know, just evokes atmosphere and mood. It's also pouring rain for much of the movie as well, which adds another layer of, drama to the experience. And I just dug it. I was really kind of captivated. I would say that the movie does go on a little bit too long. It's kind of sort of, marinating for a while as all of these pieces come together. But I really can't fault the movie too much for that, honestly, because it's so unique. And we have so many great genre pictures and, so many awesome superhero things and lots of sci-fi, lots of all the stuff that I craved as a kid. And it's like we're gorging on all that stuff right now. So it's nice to take a break and kind of have this kind of mystery unfold for you with such rich character stuff. Bad Times at the El Royale. I'm a believer in Drew Goddard, and he's made another very fun movie. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I like that eclectic mix that we get to do on EP. We go from a Drew Goddard movie, and we've got some Assassin's Creed in there. We had Castlevania Symphony of the Night. We talked about 1 billion streaming shows, and right now we're going to play a Dreamcast game that's made it to the Xbox One. And you guys might know this one. It's called Shenmue. I haven't played this since the Dreamcast. And truth be told, I wasn't the world's biggest fan. I remember having a discussion with Tommy about it, but let's jump in and check out Shenmue in the year 2018. Of course, I've been as curious as you guys. It's been out for a little while. I saw Johnny Millennium's rave review of this game. This game meant a lot to him. But let's see how this thing is. There's no music, so it might be a little weird. That gate opening sounded like a big fart. Okay, here we go. Let's go right in here. And now, Shenmue.
I have a friend who looks exactly like the main character from this game.
This guy?
Yeah. So every time I see like this game, I think, it's my friend.
I'm all right, but
I never played this game ever.
No,
because I never had a Dreamcast.
My father.
Okay. My father. So she's on the ground. Got a cool bomber jacket from the 90s.
Nice commentary there, Vic. Those
Yeah.
are trees.
Those are trees.
That's
It's
snow.
snowing.
That's a house.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the sky.
It's got the 1 footstep sound. Tommy is freaking out somewhere right now.
That's fine. At this point in time, you can't expect a million different footsteps.
That's a door. And we're at the door!
This is Shenmue 1, right?
Yeah, first one.
Okay.
Well, you opened it. I hope it is. Is it Shenmue 1?
Shenmue 2 starts with a big ship.
Okay.
I think, you know what? I think I'll play these before I play Shenmue 3.
Of course.
I'm planning on playing Shenmue 3 when it comes out, so I think I'm going to play these and then play Shenmue 3.
Yeah, we gotta.
Because, I mean, I never had a Dreamcast.
I would love to have these on the Switch, I have to tell you.
I can't believe they're not on the Switch.
Yeah.
If I had to bet, I would say they're coming.
Father!
It's very dramatic.
Stay back, mule.
It looks beautiful, too. I
For
mean,
the last
they were definitely ahead of their time.
Oh, for sure.
Where
I never
is
played
the
them, but I was
mirror?
aware of them.
I've no
And,
intention
look at those
of
faces.
telling you.
Looks a little goofy, but by today's standards, but back then it was.
Yeah, I mean, this is an HD, just coat of paint, basically, on the original textures and everything. It's been up-res.
It's not a remake.
Yeah, it's not a remaster. This
Those
is
are
what
the
it looked like.
original character models.
Yeah, all of this stuff was really revolutionary, for sure.
Wesley West is pointing out that this game originally took 4 discs.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I might like this a lot more because since this came out, obviously Yakuza was very much influenced by the way that this came together, and I've grown to love the Yakuza games over the years. So I might like this a lot more now.
No matter
Adrian Leon is pointing
how
out that
often
there's
you
bugs
ask,
in this
I'll
game.
never tell.
They've been patched mostly though, haven't they?
There has been some patches for sure. I haven't checked this out at all yet. This is the first time I'm seeing this since the Dreamcast.
Taz is asking about this next weekend's expo. Is that Fan Expo?
Yeah. There's some other stuff that I've been working on that would tie into the expo, but it hasn't quite come together yet, so I haven't reached out to the expo folks. So I suspect that we will be there, but I haven't confirmed anything yet. I have to do that. But you know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out.
The mirror.
Been playing it for hours and hours and hours.
Under the cherry tree.
But now I'm traveling for the next few days, so that gives me time to send out a blast of emails.
Game audio is too loud.
I can do it right here. Okay.
Do you remember Chao Sun Ming? Chao? That's the name of the man you killed in Moon Swan. It can't be.
Let me know how that is, everyone.
Get up.
Get up.
Is Fan Expo Vancouver's happening Thanksgiving weekend?
It's
It's next weekend, right? That's the.
this weekend is New York Comic Con, which I'm at, and that's the
Oh
following.
no, yeah, no. This weekend is Thanksgiving weekend, so Fan Expo's the week after.
Yeah.
Bendy-sama, we have it.
Sam I am says PC port
Wesley
is much-
West, we were about to fire you, buddy. Getting the amount of discs wrong.
Sam I am PC port is much more stable and better optimized than the console versions.
Ah, okay.
I'm just, if I play the console version a few months from now, or next year when Shenmue 3 comes out, I'm sure it'll be running smoothly. Mm-hmm. Or I'll get it on the Switch, and by that point it'll be like the super duper polished.
Or we'll be streaming it on our Google Chrome browser on our
on our phones.
our 6-year-old Apple MacBook Pro. On our phones? Yeah, probably, right?
Why not, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
I can't wait for game streaming because, think about it. You don't need to buy a gaming PC anymore. Just buy any old, netbook,
Yeah.
and it'll run whatever game as long as it's got a decent internet connection.
That's going to, put the sales of Chromebooks through the roof.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Google's doing it, right? It makes so much sense for Google because they have the back end. They have all those servers and all those pipes
And
everywhere
5G
already.
is coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
Friends. Those you love. Close to you.
He looks a bit like Link
No.
from Ocarina of Time.
Father.
I don't know if it's just that era of the way they painted the faces on that's reminding me of that.
Oh, his dad is gone. Heavy darkness right at the beginning of this. Brutal.
Tyler Fisher says he's sorry for keeping you up so late last night.
Oh, it was
I don't
great.
know what he's referring to.
I was
What
working.
were you and Tyler doing last night, Dave?
we were all partying, playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Comment, luckily Shenmue 2 is only one Xbox DVD.
Ah,
Do you remember the scores you gave this? You and Tommy gave this when
No.
it came out back in the day?
no. I think I appreciated the production and the amount of work that went into it, but I wasn't crazy about the gameplay.
Did we get a code for the new Fist of the North Star game?
No. No, that
When's that come out?
It's out. John's reviewed that one, Johnny Millennium.
Abby Jamison is pointing out that this game takes place in the 80s, but he has a Sega Saturn and a
Oh yeah, that's right.
a Saturn in his house.
Yeah.
When did the Saturn come out? 92?
95.
95?
Mm-hmm.
Powder Cake says Johnny Millennium is streaming Fist of the North Star right now.
Oh, is he? How does the game look? I haven't seen that game yet. I think he opted not to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
In favor of Fist of the North Star?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. He's
Yeah.
all about the Japanese
Yeah, he loves the
games.
anime
He
stuff.
loves those.
So he's having some kind of weird dream right now. Okay, so far I've pressed the controller to press start. So far,
It's
that's
like
what
you're
I've done.
playing a Japanese game.
Yeah.
You could skip the cutscenes.
Well,
Sacrilege, I know.
I want to know what's happening. That's the voiceover guys in the booth going, gotta get out of bed.
Elias
Okay.
Tufexis posted a video on Twitter of him doing that, like, just doing all the grunts.
Yeah.
Just sitting there in front of the microphone for like 5 minutes going,
Okay. I've got pages to fill out. What happened that day in the dojo?
Blade Blur says the new Fist of the North Star looks like a fusion between Mad Max and Yakuza.
Oh, cool.
That's something I could get behind. Have you played Salt and Sanctuary?
I have not. That's on the Switch. I know that, but I have not played the game.
That door handle is
Your-san,
not
you
as round as it should be.
resting.
I'm fine, really. And you? Are you all right?
Yes, but I must keep busy, otherwise I'll get
Oh man, there is a real glowy charm to this. It's
But you
cool to
work
see
so
this.
hard.
Yes. Oh, by the way,
The Foley work is so over the top. Every rustle of the clothing and
Well, don't forget, you have the music turned off. So
Yeah.
maybe if there was music on, it would sound not as obvious.
Do you
Yeah.
know where Fukusan is?
True.
Maybe, I don't know.
Fukara-san, I believe he's in the dojo.
Really? Thanks.
Adrian Leon says, check the table in the kitchen. It's an easy achievement.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Adrian Leon.
Or no, he just retracted that message.
Oh,
So maybe he's bullshitting. I don't know.
Adrian Leon, you're fired as well. things are getting real today on EP Live. Okay. That was a big empty room.
I like this era in gaming. I'm also getting like a San Andreas vibe from his jacket.
Right.
That the sort of painted on textures of things. I like that. It's very nostalgic for me to look at. That sort of late 90s, early 2000s.
Who knew
look.
that was a place to check out? This is making me want to play Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, yeah?
I think mostly because I just want to start. Ooh, there's something here.
Powder Keg is pointing out that this game invented quick time events.
Right.
Was it though?
What's that sound, guys? What am I hearing here? There's some kind of weird distortion sound when I walk over here. Electromagnetic weirdness. Okay.
Nintendo.
Now I remember why I wasn't crazy about this game. It's so clunky. Oh my god.
Nintendo Boy has a question.
Yeah.
With Sega going third party and not making hardware, how would you feel if Nintendo did the same thing?
I mean,
They're already making mobile games.
I feel like
Son,
Yo-san,
you must be tired.
it's their software that we really love. You know, they hate it with
if I
the
don't
Wii
get
and the
busy, I'll
Switch,
get depressed, you know.
but it's their games that we
Just like
really
you,
love.
Ine-san. Well, just don't overwork yourself.
I think that's an inevitability.
Famous Samus question.
Is that some weird audio bug in the game?
Can I hear?
Or is that the fridge?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Well, it's just this. I think it's the fridge.
When you make a character in a game like Fall, where you can make the character,
Yeah.
do you try to make it look like you? I guess you do, right?
A lot of times I do, yeah.
Like when you play your basketball games,
Yeah.
it looks like you. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times I do.
I like it when it's
Okay.
you could just scan a picture in.
Pardon me, everyone. Just gonna sit on the crapper. What can I do in it? Oh, I can just open the door, okay. And what is this?
This house is palatial for Japan. This is like the biggest house in Japan, probably.
Look at this Dreamcast controller.
Awesome.
And the save is
Awesome.
the VMU.
I love that they kept that.
Cool. Okay. Outside. Oh my god, it's very slow.
Wesley West says you gave this an 8 out of 10 back in the day.
Maybe, perhaps. That was a long time ago. Actually, it's probably up on our channel right now, isn't it? I don't know what episode it is.
I don't know. Jordan Cunningham, this came out in 1999 on the Dreamcast. I think 98 in Japan, maybe?
So that would have been season 4. No, season 3. Come on, guys. Guys.
You got to put yourself in a late 90s mindset.
Like, honestly, it's just like...
Games were clunky.
I feel like I'm in the end of Enter the Dragon.
You're lucky you got camera control, Vic. It's the 90s. 99 in Japan, 2000 in the US.
I don't know where to go. The walls keep running into my face. All I want to do is sit down and play that Saturn. Where is it? Oh, that was a very dramatic stair step.
Sam I Am says, turn around and look in the basket in this little hallway.
Okay.
There's a basket in the hallway.
The umbrella?
Blade Blur, I said palatial. Like, it's an adjective. Let me just, did I make that word up? This means like a palace. Like a palace.
Does anybody know what that sound is? I feel like it's trying to tell me something. It's only happening when I'm around this area here.
Palatial, adjective, resembling a palace in being spacious and splendid. So when I said it was palatial, I meant it was big. Because in Japan, houses and apartments are very small, and this is big for
So this house, they have rooms, and they have one door, and then they have another door for another secret hallway or something. This basket here, you want me to check this basket?
I don't know. Someone said that.
Okay, let's see.
Sam I Am has a pro tip.
Yes.
To make it easier to make easier turns, hold the look button when turning left and right on the D-pad or left thumbstick to pivot.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
He's working out his grief over Sensei's murder.
Adrian Leon is also saying
Please
use
go
the
and
look
talk with
control.
him.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't know what the look control is, but maybe is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how. So you look around a room and figure out what you're gonna go to.
Okay.
I guess in first person, right?
Sort of, yeah. Is this the basket, guys?
Maybe,
There's
I don't know.
no cursor thing happening. Should I leave the house? I feel like I shouldn't. But you guys tell me if I should leave the house. Bonk, 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 bonk.
The Sega Saturn is under the TV,
It's under the TV.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
and you're using the right trigger to look.
Left trigger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, there's a... Ah.
What'd you do?
I took the picture off the wall.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
I don't know. I put the picture back on the wall. There it is, guys. I did it.
This is like PT, that Silent Hills thing. You're just wandering around hallways looking at pictures.
What is that sound? It's so freaky. Okay.
Someone just pointed out there was big news about Toys R Us. They just canceled their bankruptcy auction.
Whoa.
And plan to revive their brand. I don't know if that's Toys R Us Canada or...
No, that's the U.S. Toys R Us Canada is fine.
Okay, that's good. So that's good news about Toys R Us.
That's crazy.
Adrian Leon says, use the look control on the kitchen table.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Game Freak, this is extremely riveting gameplay.
Look, there's some boxes.
So there's a thing and there's a briefcase in there.
Can't open it.
So use the look control on the kitchen table.
Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. It's in one of these 75,000 doors of this.
Yeah, why is this house so big?
Okay. Okay. There it is.
Is that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to look at a bowl of rice? That food looks good. It's making me want sushi.
Is that, can you guys hear that buzzing sound? Or is that just me? Am I going cuckoo?
I don't know what, but I don't have a headphone, Vic.
No.
I don't know what you're...
Okay.
His hair's kind of like mine.
And people are saying you can leave the house.
Okay.
So they're saying you should leave and go to the dojo.
Okay. Yes, they can hear the buzzing.
Is the buzzing supposed to be there? What buzzing are you talking about? I'm gonna go listen to it.
Good. That's my boy.
Yeah, achievement, yummy meal. Ah! I taught my daughter how to do this the other day. Yeah! It's pretty funny.
Is that buzzing supposed to be there?
I don't know. Is this a bug?
I think it's just the fridge.
It's a good sound effect. It's so annoying. They should get that checked out, that fridge. Is this where the Saturn is? Where's this?
I think it was the fridge because I was hearing it when you were standing right next
That's
to the
what I
fridge.
thought.
But
Is this
it
where
went
they?
away when you walked away from the fridge?
Is this where the Saturn is?
They say it's under the TV.
Okay. Is this where the TV
Oh, we just
is?
got a super chat from Metric Gaming.
Oh, you rock, Metric.
Says we should
Thank
do
you.
a let's play of Breath Edge. I don't know what Breath Edge is.
Oh, come on. Where did the TV go? What room was the TV in? Oh, this is harsh. Was it in here?
Abby Jamin says, comment, the audio is horribly compressed because of Dreamcast space limitations and couldn't be fixed.
Ah.
So I guess they didn't have the original audio files.
Virtual Fighter. Ooh.
Yeah, that wasn't out in the 80s.
Nope.
What you playing at, Sega?
Is that an anachronism? Is that what that means?
I don't know. People are saying leave the house, Vic.
Okay.
I've seen that from like 5 different people.
But the Saturn.
Who cares?
But
We've seen a Saturn before.
But
Vic.
the Saturn, guys.
We all know what a Saturn looks like.
Put my shoes on, going for a walk.
This posture is really good.
Yep. A brick wall. Oh yeah, the loading times are super quick. I remember Johnny getting really excited about that.
We got another
Babbling
super
brook.
chat. Another super chat from Metro Gaming.
Oh, you rock, man.
Says is follow up to my question. Breath Edge is like Subnautica in space over on Steam.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
So check it out.
Can I run? Is there a run button?
You can in real life. I don't know about the game.
Okay. Come on. Honestly.
He walks like the way an old man walks when he's had a hip replacement.
Yeah.
He's trying to walk like very straight and like he doesn't want to fall over.
Is running like a feature that I'll unlock later?
Is everything okay? Don't worry, I'm fine.
Who's this guy?
I want to ask you
Is that your
about
dad?
that man.
I think
Are you having a flashback?
Oh, that man.
that man.
The man called Landi.
Adrian Leon
What did you
says
talk
check
with my
the
father
tree.
about?
Okay.
Landi demanded the mirror, and then
I thought
they
this was
threw
like an
me out of
action
the
game where you go
dojo.
around like punching people.
That's
The
coming
black
up a little
suits.
bit, but
I didn't know
catch
it was
the
like
names.
walk around and look at things game.
well, it's
I
an
don't
RPG
know.
game.
Well, his
They
mouth
came
looks
out of
creepy.
It's
nowhere.
story based.
His
I
mouth looks
see.
creepy.
I want
Thanks
you
for
to
the
tell me
sign.
about that man. Oh, that man.
If you remember anything at all,
That's what that was
Be
the
sure to tell
conversation.
me.
Batman?
If
You're
it
son.
sounded like Batman.
why? What you gonna do?
If you
Real
remember
son.
anything at all,
Where are you
I want
going?
you to tell me.
You're not going after them.
See, I can't
Please
hear the audio, so
don't.
I'm making like
Look
it
what they
with
did to
Assassin's Creed. I'm
Hazuki
making up my own
Sensei.
story.
They killed my father right in front of me.
The fish audio
I
is
will have
is
my
hilarious.
revenge.
The babbling brook is so loud, and the birds.
I need to do this for my father.
Oh my god, and the acting is amazing. Wow.
Okay, go look at the tree.
Is that Is that one of the Xbox bugs or something? 'Cause, like, I have the loudest garden in the world. I got like, it's like I've got hearing aids in.
You're supposed to look at the tree, Vic.
Oh, what tree?
I don't know. The big
Oh,
tree.
that
I would
tree.
imagine.
Okay, okay. Oh my God, this is just.
Why can't you run?
Let's.
How do we run?
Come back in 5 minutes. I'll be at the tree. Oh my God. Oh, we've come a long way, people. Let's have a good
Maybe this is why Shenmue 3 has been delayed so much because they're trying to modernize it but still make it feel like this. So they're
Yeah.
trying to find the right balance because that must not be easy to do, right?
So far, I got out of the house. Walked to a tree, got a cutscene.
He puts a lot of starch in his
Yeah.
in his thing he's wearing.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, look, it's a little kid version of you.
That's right.
Ah! A cute little kid scream.
Now listen.
I'm,
Tighten up your attitude.
Taz says I'm cracked.
Press R trigger to run.
Find your
R trigger to run. Okay, we're going. We're doing this.
So have Jameson again.
Don't trash Shenmue, Vic.
R right trigger is an R for run.
Okay, I'm not trashing it.
Good.
I'm just, there's a charm about all of this, but it is amazing how far we've come.
Abby
Somehow I
Jameson-
switched it to full screen. I don't know how I did that.
What, in the cutscene? I think it did that automatically. Oh, you're running. Look at that.
Check it out.
And your shadow is like, look at your shadow. It's like square.
Check it
You
out.
look like the man on the.
I don't know where to
walk
go,
sign.
but we're going this way. Okay, go back in dojo and look on the banner on your left. Adrian Leon's giving me the instructions. Here we go. Let's do it. Going back into the dojo, looking at a banner.
Adrian Leon's telling us how to live our life.
Yeah. Let's do this one out. Now that we can run, we're
So this
good.
takes place in '86. That's the year I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Wait a second. Me too, fellow kids. How do I get up here? Come on.
Walk. Don't run.
All right. We're gonna have a cutscene of him walking in the door. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Look at the banner on the left. Here we go. Looking at the banner.
This is like this is like an adventure game with the looking at everything. Do you have to look at these things to unlock
Oh, there we go.
like the story? Is that what it is?
Oh, okay. I looked at it. Okay. Oh, there.
What could this be?
Tyler Fisher says he's having health problems right now.
Oh,
So
brother.
he's having rib pain. Yeah, get that looked at, Tyler. Maybe don't even wait till Friday. Like get that looked at sooner rather than later.
What kind of pain?
It says rib pain.
Oh man.
His wife says if it's not better by Friday, I have to go to the doctor. You should just go to the doctor. Like
Yes.
if you're in Canada too, especially like
He's not.
Oh,
Tyler's in Portland or something.
oh, that sucks. Well, hopefully he has health insurance.
Okay.
Huh? What's this slot
Huh?
for?
Is there a thing behind that?
Okay, I have to go find two little things and put those two little things inside of those things. Okay.
Oh, Adrian Leon says not that banner. The one that with the character. Oh, that one above the door.
What banner?
He says not that one. The
Oh, right
one
there.
the other
This one.
character is looking at.
The 8 principles of yin and yang.
So is he looking at the banner above the door? Is that
Yeah.
what the guy's looking at?
There it is. Ah, we're getting the backstory. I get it. Little kid.
But Rocket Spaceman is looking at things required to
That boy you
advance
fought
the
with.
game.
What is he to
Like,
you?
do you not get to play the next mission if you don't make sure you look at everything? That's what I'm questioning.
And what is a friend?
Well, a friend is a friend.
That's right. Just as a parent is a parent, a friend is nothing other than a friend.
Wow. A parent is a parent.
But listen
A
to him.
friend is nothing other than a
Parents
friend.
often
that what they
die
said in the
before
game?
their children.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
And then he said parents often die before their children.
That's the law of
true.
nature.
He's having a dark conversation. Are you gonna die before me, Dad?
Sam I Am says the whole
Friends
game
will
is
be there
about
for you,
investigation
even
and
after
looking at
parents
things.
die. So treasure your friends.
And then
And
Quaid
friends you can
Bartholomew
trust
says
Are true friends indeed.
Bartholomew says this game is quite open though. You can skip lots of
Understood.
things.
That was some heavy advice. Adrian Leon giving me some easy achievements. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
Your tank control skills are not very good. Someone says.
Somebody.
Your watch is talking at you?
Yeah, something's happening.
Your watch wants your attention?
Yeah, but it's okay.
I like not having a watch that tells me what to do.
It's the future, man.
I mean, I don't have a watch at all, but if I had one, it wouldn't constantly be telling me what to do.
In the future, your glasses will tell you what to do.
This is true. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know where I'm going and I just press a button, like, Siri in my glasses, tell me where to go, and it shows me on the road in AR what direction to go. Like, I'm ready for that.
It'll sound like one of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man robots, though.
Yeah. So Paul Bettany is going to be telling me...
Yeah, probably. That's probably Paul Bettany's future. He's going to be Jarvis in everybody's eyeglasses in the future. That's kind of iconic, right? Just that shot of him just walking down there. Oh, yeah, little girl. So sweet.
Hi, Megumi.
Oh, we got a super chat from Adrian Leon.
Oh, you rock,
Excellent
man.
job, Vic. Glad to be of help.
Thank you so much, you sweet man. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Abby Jamison says you can go to the store and buy Sega capsule toys.
Cool.
Is this
I could do that in real life, I think, too. Yeah.
Nintendo Boy is 17 has a question.
Yeah.
With more fighting games out for the Switch, and after my little bro and I watched the third-party Dreamcast controller review, would you do a vid on best fight pads for Switch?
Ooh. I would love to do that. We'd have to track them down, though. I think the fall gaming season is a little bit tricky to get to hardware, but that's a good idea. I'd like to do that.
I like these little dog statues in front of
So now I can be the kitty's mommy. But Mommy says we can't keep the kitten at home.
So you going to keep her here?
Yeah, everybody's helping out too. Like Kota, Yasuo, and Kaio.
I see.
I don't know what's going on because I can't hear the music.
They're talking about a little kitten that her mom won't let her take her in. Kitten's not looking so good. The kitten's hungry.
Wait a second.
So you're just gonna steal food from the shrine?
Yep. Ah, fried fish. There we go.
Taz has a question. Will there be a top 10 list of games coming out in October before you leave for New York?
Oh my
So I guess
goodness,
we didn't do one.
that would have been today, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're leaving tomorrow, right?
I was so focused on Assassins.
So in other words, no.
Maybe I can shoot that from the field.
Yeah, and send
She's
it.
so
Yeah.
tiny, but already an orphan.
It's so sad. Yamagi-san almost got ran over too.
Yamagashi-san?
Yeah, the car
What's
was
this dude's
going
name?
so
Ryu?
fast, he got
Ryu?
shoved
Ryu.
and fell.
I forget his last
hurt
name.
his backside, so now he stays home all day. When I go to the candy shop, I always stop by to visit him.
Yeah.
Guys, we haven't done anything in this game yet, but I gotta quit soon.
Cars too.
You've immersed yourself in the world.
Yeah.
You know, you
Well,
helped a little
I've
girl
got to go
with
now.
cat
Yeah.
problems.
But wait, we gotta think
For
of
some
a name
reason,
for
I don't know
the
why.
kitty.
Gotta think of a name for the kitty.
Oh, well,
What about
when
Play
I think of a
Forever?
good one, I'll let
Do you think
know.
that'll fit in there?
You
Let's find out.
promise? Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pretty cute little kid. Whoa.
What?
The audio mix is so weird. That cat thing was like, it's right in my earpiece. It's crazy.
Yeah, look at his shadow. It's like perfectly rectangular.
Yeah. At least he's got a shadow.
That's true. Wonder, is that a real place in Japan?
It's pretty rad, right? Like, mind-blowing. Can I, the phone, I have phone boxes probably don't exist in these places anymore. It's so surreal that everybody has a phone on them all the time. Who am I calling? I don't know.
But Vic, you were born in 1986, so
Right, yeah, so I'm cool with
your
that.
entire adult life, you've always had a cell phone.
Pretty much.
You got your first cell phone like I did when you were 12.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you get a cell phone when you were 12?
Something like that, yeah.
Wow. No, I got my first cell phone when I was about 30. It was a huge novelty. I've had every variation of cell phone.
This is riveting, the rotary phone.
Yeah. All right. I made money.
I made 300 yen? That's like $1.
I made a dime. Or
No,
10 cents.
100 yen is $1.
Whoa, good God. I thought I was getting a machine gun. Oh, my goodness.
No, a yen is basically a penny. Because
Okay.
100 yen is like $1. Because you move the decimal over by 2.
Okay.
I remember that from when we went to Japan.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What's this nameplate
Per
say?
forever. For the cat name.
Mm.
It says Tajima.
Does it? I'm trying to find the Yamamoto's house, but see my eyesight is bad, so...
Sam I Am says, by pressing
worry.
X, you can pull
I'll
up
look
your
for it.
notebook
Wait
and
for
look
me in
for
that
phone
park up ahead.
numbers.
You're so
thank you.
kind. Thank you so much.
Famous Samus is asking, how many kids will play this game, see the phone booth, and go, what the hell is that?
Many.
Hi, Cody J. It's good to see you, too.
Okay.
Are we giving up?
Let's see what's down the street here. I'm just gonna run around for a little bit. Let's see what's going on. 5 more minutes. Oh, that's as far as I can go.
I haven't talked to
Invisible wall?
Yamagashi-san yet.
Oh, I gotta go talk to Yamaishi-san. Okay, come on.
Remember when invisible walls were a thing?
Oh yeah, I used to complain about them every week.
Yeah. It's good that those have sort of stopped being a thing.
You know, there are barriers even in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's so bizarre that there is because it just goes on forever and ever and ever. And
But
then
at
they're
least
like, "Bah,"
they-
and they're at the end.
At least they, like, come up with a reason.
Yeah,
like
they
it's
say-
a cliff or something.
Well, no, they put the Assassin's Creed gray
Yeah,
matrix
sure.
outline thing there.
But it's not like... It was always weird, like, a literal invisible wall.
Yes.
Like the one you just had.
Yeah.
That was a cat.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really see those anymore.
Okay, I don't know where we go here.
They'll put
Elderly is
something
looking for
there.
Yamamoto House, and Yamagishi-san almost got hit by the black car. Okay.
Sam
Ask
I Am
around to
says,
see if anyone
look at
saw men wearing black that day.
Sam I Am is saying you're supposed to look at the nameplates on the house to know which house to go to.
Okay. You guys are showing me how to play this darn game. Okay, here we go. So we press L to look. Why did you turn around? I don't understand what happened there. Why am I turning over that way? No, that's not a nameplate. Okay, a nameplate is right there. Liu.
Wesley West says we still have payphones in California. Yeah, you see them every once in a while. We have them here too. There's a couple in the airport, but yeah, they're definitely rare.
What's going to be weird is when we don't have cell phones anymore.
And it's just a computer chip inside our brain.
And some, you know, whatever the next, like I would imagine that people would welcome some kind of some AR type glasses.
Yeah, but I think people are still going to want to have a thing they can hold in their hand as well.
You think?
I think AR glasses are definitely going to be a thing, but you'll also still want to have your phone
Where
just
do
to
the
like,
Yamamotos live
because you don't want to
anyway?
like text someone by pressing. You don't want to do this. This gets awkward.
Oh, I think I saw Elon Musk on the who's that guy? The UFC guy.
Dana White.
No, the actor UFC dude, big guy, Joe Rogan. Saw him on Joe Rogan, and he was just talking about thumb typing is so slow. It just is a very slow way to communicate with things.
What's the alternative though?
Well, thought. But,
Yeah,
that's where he's talking. 'Cause he's got a whole business on the neural net kind of stuff. But speaking into whatever
But
device.
then you're going to be walking down the street, and everybody.
We already do. We already have
I don't think
AirPods
everybody.
in, and people
there's
look
definitely
like
going to
they're
be. There's
talking
definitely
to
going to be
themselves.
people who do that, but not everybody will do that. Like I never use Siri on my phone.
No, but it's
Right.
coming. It's coming. When it's flawless, people will
I
start
could see
using
them
it.
having it like there's a keyboard in your heads-up display on your AR glasses, and you look at different like your eye, it tracks your eye movement and knows what letter you're doing.
This is
Kind of
it.
like when you swipe your finger on a keyboard and it does predictive text to know what you're trying to type. I could see you doing that with your eyes, but I don't think everybody is going to want to walk down the street like dictating a text message.
I have Connect on the Xbox One X hooked up, and when I want to record footage, I say, hey Cortana, record that, and it works pretty damn well.
Yeah, but see, you do that. I never do that.
No, well, you don't.
Not
you don't
everybody.
Have your Connect.
Not everybody likes the voice interface thing.
Not everybody likes to hear the sound of their own voice like me.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to have to talk to my stuff.
Man, you know what would be great is like Google Maps would be awesome right now, and an address.
Tyler Fisher is saying the New World Order wants us all to get computer chips with 5G to control us.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
we're gonna become part robot. We're halfway there. Okay. That's Shenmue. Yeah.
That's Shenmue? You beat the whole game?
I'm going to save, and it will. One thing I love about Xbox is that it will auto sync with the other machine, and I'll play some more of this when I get back from my trip to New York. But what a trip down memory lane that game is. Holy crap.
Are you going to keep playing it?
Yeah, I want to play some more. Okay. Yeah, I'm like you. Shenmue 3 is coming. I want to be sort of up on these games.
I don't know if I want to play Shenmue 3 now, though.
I want to play a little more to sort of get all of this stuff flowing and feeling super comfortable, because it is a whole sort of jumping in and getting all the mechanics sort of
you have to shift your
second
mindset
nature.
Back
Yeah,
to 1999.
You totally do. But I can already see like there's a lot of little compelling, cool little details in there. The audio mix is very weird. I don't know how you guys were listening to it, but in my headset, very strange.
Okay,
but,
bye everyone.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Blake. I had a lot of fun today, and it's weird to sort of put Assassin's Creed in the rear view now, but I've got to start thinking about the next titles that are headed our way, and we've got a lot more reviews and a lot more stuff to talk about very soon. I am headed to New York Comic Con tomorrow, so let me know. I guess tweet at me or whatever. If you're going to be there, would love to see you. If you're going to be there, I have free time on the schedule. I'll be walking around. I'll probably be shooting some interviews or something on the floor of the con, and shaking some hands and going to a couple of events and things like that. But I'm very excited. I haven't been to New York Comic Con in a couple of years, so I'm looking forward to being there and seeing all the stuff that's there. And if you are there, please come to my panel. It's the Lego DC Supervillains panel on Thursday. So it happens, it's one of the first panels of the whole show. I think it's like at noon or 1 o'clock or something like that. But that's taking place on Thursday. I'm traveling all day tomorrow, but we'll have a rundown for you. And there will be a lot more new content headed your way very soon. But thank you so much for watching today. And remember, we've got lots of content to get caught up on, so please do. And if you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell. If you're so inclined, you can press the join button and become an EPN member. We appreciate that very much. Thanks for watching, everyone. Play forever.